You know what's so funny? Inaz, I did go on I went on a date with this one guy, right? I'm telling y'all my business. But anyway, I went on this date with this one guy, right? I'll show y'all a picture after the hours. But because you were saying you should be and he taught me, listen, this man taught me so much on this one day. But he took me to a restaurant. It was a nice restaurant. And I guess he wanted me to know he was the man. You know, the manager came, greeted him in their little language because it was a different language than my own. Took him to the back. And one of the things that he stated was he likes to see if a woman fits with him. For example, how do you carry yourself in this type of environment around people that I know? Do you fit the bill? Like, because it is about image at some point, And so that was one of the things. And he was teaching me some other things, like the whole wine thing. I mean, he was awesome. Still my friend today. But so I get what you're saying. So sometimes it's not about it is a possible red flag. Sometimes it really is him trying to vet you out to see if this is a good fit for him, how you carry yourself.
So that's what Marcus and AP are saying. What I'm saying is your story with the dude who thought he had all these ops out there, right? He had a certain understanding of you. Right. But you were also looking at him of like, ooh, I don't know that, like, I understand that you think I can fit into your program. I don't know that I want to fit into your program.
Yeah, I'm the one who stopped.
That's the point that I'm making, right? Like, it has to be mutual, because if it's not mutual, you wind up in situations where you feel used.
All right.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I'm gonna finally chime in on this based on the videos and based off of
Renaissance.
A lot of stuff that y'all already said. So when I told you guys about us finally getting those modern women to come to this thing we had, it was 100 of them. By the time we got done, because what I did, I had a lot of other doctors that were there, and there were also some lawyers there. All of us were black men, and we all were describing these type of women. We were actually we described these women and their characteristics, right? When we describe these women and these characteristics, those black women all associated that with a white woman. And what came out is this. We told them all these characteristics describe every last one of us, every last one of our wives. Then it was a shock. Like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, all the characteristics that we just listed on there that these so-called men are looking for, these high-value men. We didn't say what race the men were. Those women, when they got the questionnaire, they associated those characteristics with the white woman. And we were like, no, these are all of our wives up here. So what I'm saying that for is this. Based on the video and based off what you guys just got done talking about, what can be completely messed up is if you do make it about a certain type of status. So I'll give you an example. My wife has the same exact name as you. She has Shante, my wife, same exact name. And she was AKA. Okay. So what I tell people is this. You guys see how me and my wife are now. You see that I went to medical school and everything like that. But we've been married for this certain amount of years. And I want y'all to count back those years. And I'm 41 years old. When they count back, they like, wait a minute. So you were like 18, 19? I'm like, yes. My wife is already out of college with her degree and everything. She had her own house. She owned her own car. What made this woman want to take a risk on getting with a high schooler? Because according to what I'm just saying, not just AKA, but I'm just saying, according to what she got from the HBCU that she went to, yeah, it was the same type of thing that was being pushed today. So I'd say this all the time. What made my wife?
HBCU did she go to? Because I wasn't pushed that. I went to a HBCU.
Yeah, let's just say it's in. You want me to say?
Is it Howard?
She don't want me to say. So what she says, you know, y'all ski weed stuff, but she said, well, what happened is that I always tell them, I said, so what made this, what you would consider a high value woman, independent, what made her get behind this dude that's getting ready to graduate from high school? How? I didn't have none of those things that these so-called lists of what these men should have on there.
And she there, let her tell us why. Since she right there listening, let her tell
my
us.
wife, she camera shy. She ain't gonna jump on you. I got millions. She ain't gonna jump on. Trust me. But what I'm saying that for is that what ends up happening is this: when me and my wife were dating, or we just gonna call it courting, our dates literally. First of all, it was talking on the phone. Me and my wife would talk for hours. And just like what she just got done saying right here, we literally were vetting each other. I was literally telling my wife what I was looking for in a woman. She's saying what she was looking for in a man. I was already saying, you know, I promise you I'm not fake. Time will tell what type of man I am. My wife was, well, you're going to see, time will tell what type of woman that I am. We talked for hours. Our first dates consisted of literally going to a lake and sitting down, getting ice cream. And we literally were talking. I was saying, this is my plan. I want to go to school. You know, I want to be a father. I want kids. And you see those homes over there on the lake? I'm going to have homes just like that. Da, 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 da. Here's the goal. I'm getting out of school. I'm going to start this program. I'm going to be going to medical school. I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z. Da, 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 da. And still with that being said, my wife still sat back like, well, I'm just going to still see how this guy moved. But she still ended up getting with me. I proposed to me and my wife started talking in the end of September, going into October. I proposed in November. Not the following year. You're talking within months, because all our time was spent was literally talking to each other and vetting. No physical we were completely vetting, because what she wanted and what I wanted, it lined up. She had intentions on one. I'm not here to date or try to just have no boy. I want a husband. I want a wife. Well, we're gonna see. Well, are you willing to drop those people that you courting the entire? Yeah, if we serious about, yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, if she would have went along with what a lot of them were pushing, girl, you got your car, you about to give it this. How you know he really gonna go to school? How you know he gonna finish? She still got behind me, right? So what people tend to do a lot, they tend to put more emphasis on an experience versus why you went there. So when dates are over with, are your friends asking you where'd he take you? Or is she asking you, what did y'all talk about? How is he? What do you think about him versus where y'all went? You know what I'm saying? So what she just got done saying, I can't say the name right. Enes, how do you say it? Enes. What she said is completely true. I agree with AP as well. I'm interviewing my wife, but yet at the same time, what do the interviewers also say? Do you have any questions for me? What would you like to know about us? Go ahead. Well, is there anything that you got any questions about the companies? Would you like to take a walk around? What questions do you have for me? And if you sit there and you're kind of like, well, nothing really comes to mind. No, I want to, vet me. I'm open. Ask any questions that you want to and see what type of guy I'm going to turn out to be. She took that risk, and here we are 22 years later. Still the same guy. And still to this day, my wife and I still can have when me and my wife have conversations, minimum an hour. Minimum. And we still do that to this day, because that's what won us to each other, was a conversation, not the experience, not the money, not the wine and dine. He took me to this restaurant. The conversation, the relationship of what we had is why we still are strong right now. That foundation.
And I understand what you're saying, and it's so funny because when I go back to homecoming and I see all those couples who met in college, they are still together to today. Like, you go to homecoming, they're still married. They seem to be happy. I don't know if they are or not, but they're still together. So I personally, and I've said this before, ideally you will want to meet your mate that early on. I think that you get the benefits out of marriage more because she's able to be your helpmate. She's able to motivate you to do all the things that she was designed to do.
Right. We were able to build. We were able to build. And the thing is, I want you to be the type of woman to where you impress me so much, I want to now take you to all those places. That's not that, it's almost like a sense of, I hate to say it this way because I don't want y'all to think, I just can't think of no other way to phrase this. It's almost like, no, you are earning that by you being that caliber of I'm telling you, when you are that caliber of a woman, it's like, I want to do all these things for you because of how great of a woman you are. I don't care about your accolades and all that because of how nice you are, how good you are, how your character, the way you move, your femininity, how soft-spoken you are. You're not all loudmouth and way out there. Those things will drive men crazy. Like, babe, I don't care what, like, literally around. We 22 years married and still, I don't even care about what she goes and buys or anything like that. I don't even care. I don't look to that. I don't have no expensive hobbies or anything like that I do. All I do, I go to my wife. I just say, babe, what do we look like? That's it. And she'll say, oh, X, Y, and Z. And she knows that I only ask her that because I might getting ready to want to take a trip or I might want to get something for myself or anything like that. But otherwise, my wife, because of how she is, it's like that type of thing to where I will do anything for her. Just because that makes me want to take her on a trip. It makes me want to take her out to these expensive restaurants. It makes me want to go and have these experiences because of the type of woman that she is. But I don't know that about you going on no first date to be doing you like that.